Hi sir, this is Rahul.
Rahul, you seem to be quite popular here. You got the mic, everyone's like,
I am not popular sir, my name is popular. I would like to ask you a question related to the topic traffic. As I am a
traffic, yeah.
as I am a student, I will daily travel to my college on my bike. In the recent years, I have observed that traffic is becoming a main problem. Before years, we have government have used signals, but recent years they are using traffic police for signaling and controlling the traffic. I would like to use technology in the traffic, and you can control the traffic and very more useful, and you can use you can decrease the manual work, and that's my suggestion. I would like to know how you can solve the suggestion by using technology. We are using technology in various situations and various problems, but why we can solve traffic problem? Thank you, sir.
I think that's a very, very important topic that you've raised, because as Amravati is taking shape, huge traffic, everyone is trying to get, then evening everyone tries to move out. And clearly our roads are not built for it. If you look at all our Karkat roads, they're clearly not built for a city like Amravati that's coming up. So with this, one, of course, we need to modernize our infrastructure, and we will do that. But then there was a project that actually started with Google, but then because of elections, we couldn't take it forward. But post-elections, we wanted to. So Google can actually tell you where the bottlenecks are. They can actually tell you where the bottlenecks happen. So they have the data. So I want to work with them and actually understand where is that gap. And then once I know there is a bottleneck, it could be that our 4-lane is becoming 2-lane, or it's because of their potholes, or there is some commercial establishment, a very popular commercial establishment that is creating that bottleneck. So this is where I think we can become more proactive as a government in solving it. Two, if you've noticed, government is putting up quite a few cameras. I'm not too sure whether you've seen. A lot of cameras are coming up. I think we, in first phase, we're installing, if I'm right, about 45 or 50,000 cameras across the state. And these are all in the major traffic spots. And then we want to use image processing to pull up. As you rightly said, we see a lot more traffic policemen, which is actually not required. What we need is smart policing and adaptive street lights. Street lights can be adaptive. Your stop lights can be adaptive. So you need more of adaptive technology that needs to come in. And we're now using, again, machine learning. I'm searching here, machine learning to actually do this. So once you do image processing, you use machine learning to deliver on these algorithms. So we just started on that. The police department tends to be a more tougher department to reform, but I'm sure we can actually do it and deliver. We are actually sitting right opposite to the Andhra Pradesh police headquarters. We're a little right opposite. So they have a separate building. I don't know whether you've seen it on the left. It's called the Tech Tower. It's amazing the kind of technology they have. So we are now actually, CM has been pushing hard for even police to use latest technology. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. This is Steve from the Naikula College. Yeah, I was raised in Mangalgiri since 19 years. From my childhood, I've seen Mangalgiri, but now Mangalgiri is far changed from my childhood. And what in Mangalgiri attracted you to install these IT hubs and stuff? And what are the development we're going to face as citizens of Mangalgiri?
So actually, just to add to your question, someone asked me why Mangalgiri. I think that's a very interesting question. So, for me personally, I need to travel across the state. So I thought having a constituency relatively closer can enable me nurture the constituency better. So when I looked around, and Mangalgiri is the only assembly constituency that Telugu Desam party did not win after 85. So TDP won in 83 and 85. And since 89, because of coalition or whatever, we kept losing Mangalgiri. And we lost Mangalgiri because of 12 votes, 1-2. So for all of you who have a vote here and are thinking not to vote, please don't do that. It's very, very important. I think Mangalgiri is a great example. Can you believe that we lost this seat by 12 votes? 1 to 12. Imagine if I changed 7 votes, we would have won the damn seat. How many families do I need to convince? 2. 2 families. So every vote is important. I keep getting asked this question, how is my vote important? You will anyway win. I keep telling them, if everyone thinks like that, I will lose. Everyone should come out, and all of you here, irrespective to where you are, irrespective to who you vote, you should exercise your franchise. That is the best way to express yourselves. And you should take pride in it. And once you vote, take a selfie, put it on Facebook, tweet about it. And if your friends don't vote, name and shame them. Name and shame them. That's very, very important. And coming to your question about Mangalgiri and why IT and why Mangalgiri. See, Mangalgiri is a very interesting, from a geographic location. It's completely, it's very long as a constituency. It has 2 municipalities. So if you have to get into Amravati, you need to literally go through Mangalgiri. And Mangalgiri has the advantage of highway. So that's where when we actually looked at the first IT zone in Amravati, when land pooling was still happening, we found that Mangalgiri was perfect. So we had about 100 or 120 acres, which is quite less. But we started there. And that's where Mangalgiri got transformed. Coming to what I would do to Mangalgiri, I think that's a very, very good question. You know, there has been a lot of burning issues. Mangalgiri municipality has been a very old town. You see, the roads are quite cramped. So we need to really modernize. Now, modernize, I don't mean break everything. Not possible, it won't happen. But you can modernize infrastructure. You can modernize drainage, you can modernize drinking water. Solid waste management is a great area. So we need to do all that. And we need to create strong local ecosystems. You know, handlooms is very big in Mangalgiri. So in handlooms, I believe that we need to create a brand. See, brands are very powerful. If you look at why does Apple charge a premium on their products, it's branding. It's unbelievable. You know, Xiaomi, Mi is now getting into pens, refrigerators, TVs. It's all about branding and pricing. So similarly, I'll give you an example about branding. How many of you have heard of Araku coffee? Oh, good. So we are doing something right. So Araku coffee is grown by tribals in Araku. It is not like our filter coffee. You and I mean, I love filter coffee, so I don't like Araku coffee. It's a very different taste. It sells in Europe. It is one of the most expensive coffees in India. On the globe. One of the most expensive coffees on the globe. And it gets sold. The reasons are 2 things. One, of course, the coffee is fantastic. The second is branding. And we actually have stores in Europe selling only Araku coffee. Now think about the same thing if you do for handlooms. So coming back to the same point, you know, why should I make things that I think is right? Now let me flip it on its head. You know, how can I get the private sector to guide us? If you look at Future Group as amazing retail or Reliance as retail, now we should work with them and say, boss, what do you need?